I'm gonna leave it
Elwood,
out.
go. Yeah, and then come back.
Okay, I got it. I was okay. All right, I'm gonna go with
You are a different.
Oh my gosh, 24/7. I go to sleep thinking of
like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible. Don't take impossible. You're brighter than the stars.
Y'all smart.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Helping Brothers Out. I am Derrick, Durrell, Dixon, and I do it in the 3D way.
And of course, it's me, Elwood, Mr. Klass Ingram.
We're talking
Equals healing. And we are
because we are,
helping brothers out.
I told you that. I already told you that you say that from now on. I already told you that.
I
We got our
forgot.
guest here. You're embarrassing me in front of our guests. They gave you your assignment. And all you got to do is say, help us brothers out.
You know I was a special ed. You know I'd be forgetting stuff. You know it.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Helping Brothers Out on Be Inspired Global. Please go at this time to Be Inspired Global. Click it, like it, share it, love it. Do all those things so you can make sure that you see all the content that Be Inspired Global is doing, all the new exciting shows that Be Inspired Global is producing. You got to do it right now. Also, go to Helping Brothers Out. Helping Brothers Out on Facebook. Click it, like it, share it, love it. Do all those things. Make sure that you share everything that we do. Matter of fact, I want y'all to do something right now for us because you don't want anybody to miss this exciting show that we have today with Miss Erica Strong. You got to pull out your phones, get on your laptops, do all that, and I want you to share this show right now, today. So, we're going to give you a few minutes. Everybody pause. They share the show. That's what they're doing. They share. Okay, unpause. All right. So I want to make sure that you guys are making sure that you are keeping up with Helping Brothers Out and everything that we do, everything that we say. I am just so excited to be a part of what we are doing, the movement, and how we are growing. So please make sure that you are sharing this show right now. There's that share button. All you have to do is just click it. Just click it. Click it and make sure that all your buddies, all your friends, everybody's watching. Miss Shelly Smoot just joined in. Miss Shelly, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
She is online. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to have our guest all the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
yeah, baby.
Miss Erica Strong.
Wrong.
Yes, we have to do a strong. I know that's right. We had to do a show with her because Georgia is trying to act up. So I said, we got Georgia on our mind. So we got to call Erica Strong and see what is going on up there.
Yes.
That's
You to
big.
talk to some mayors and governors and everybody else.
What?
Mhm.
Seriously.
Yeah. So how's the weather out there? First off, like is it looking real springish, summertime-ish, or is it still wintertime like it is here?
Oh no, it's springtime here, but it's like we're in and out of rain, and then like right now it's big and bright and sunny and pretty. So no, we're no coats now.
See, we still on coats.
Nice warm weather now.
We still on coats. It's dark and
We on
gloomy.
coast, as you can see.
No.
Right, I got a sweater on and got the heat on 70.
Right.
See?
Right.
One reason why I have not come back.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as y'all know, we are still in this pandemic, the COVID-19 coronavirus, and it really hit home the other day when a friend of mine called me and said that she potentially could have the coronavirus due to the fact that her neighbor, just by passing him, She saw him in the laundry room and used the wash machine after him. Then, you know, just little things like that we don't take for granted. Then today, or just the other day, she found out that, yes, she was positive for the coronavirus.
Wow.
So it's just amazing that, you know, you don't know how the small contact that you are having with people of how it is affecting you. So if you, and plus I believe that the guy knew he had the coronavirus, so he knew.
Yeah, so he should be
He didn't know it.
He should
have
have
a mask on, and then the girl, no.
Wow.
The girlfriend that was going around telling everybody in the apartment building, she was going around telling everybody. She had not yet been tested. She was telling everybody that her boyfriend had the coronavirus. She's walking around telling everybody, no mask on, anything. So I'm just like, here she is, you know, still affecting people. I know she was trying to help, and thank you. So we just got to be careful. If you know you don't feel well, you got to stay at home. I know when I go to the grocery store, I come home, I take off them clothes, I'm spraying stuff down, and I literally go to my room, and I try to go late. So that way I can go to my room, and the kids are asleep, they're away from me, not trying to jump all over me, and just kind of give myself some time, because it still mentally messes with you.
Yeah.
That, you know, who did I walk past? And if something happens, you got to remember, who did I walk past? Who did I talk to? Who touched me? So I mean, like, these times are just amazing what we're going through. But the one thing that I love is that we are some strong people. And that's why we have Miss Erica Strong here, because she is the motivational speaker. She's the life coach. She is a celebrity hairstylist. She has done it all, but more importantly, she is a mother to 3 beautiful girls. And I have watched these girls go from, I think Shani was 6.
Yep.
Wow.
6 years old, and now I'm just like, when I saw her, I'm like, oh my God, she was this. So I just want to say welcome to Erica Strong. Thank you so much for being a part of Helping Brothers Out, because today is a Helping Sisters Out segment.
Yes, thank you for having me, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah, Derrick ain't get the email that it was like sort of we doing white and cream today. He forgot.
Right.
You know.
He forgot.
See, all you gotta do is tell me something, because see, we at home, so it ain't nothing for me to run to the
like,
closet real quick.
Bring me something white. I got you, Derrick. Look, see,
right.
Right.
That is a perfect blend. Because the green brought the white together. It brought it together.
That's right. See, we brought it all together. See, we fine.
Right.
Oh, man.
So, Miss Erica Strong, I just want everybody, give everyone an opportunity to get to know who you are, your projects, and what you do. Because you tell me I'm busy. Erica, you are one busy woman.
Yeah.
I see you doing your podcast show, then you on television doing talk shows. You are being a motivational speaker. You're writing books, and you're a mother on top of that. How you doing?
You know what? When you say it, it sound like a lot. But I promise you, when you find your purpose in life, and you go after your purpose in life, it does not feel like you're working, number one, and it feels like it literally all comes together. Because even with all of those hats that I wear, the resounding foundation is still finishing strong. You know, so from my podcast to my YouTube channel to on, as a talk show host, all of that stuff is still under the same umbrella of finishing strong. So really, it's all about lining yourself up with what the heck was I sent here to do, you know? And when you figure that out, like Derrick, you know what you were sent here to do. So it doesn't feel like work to you. It's like I get energized by being able to share, do things like this with you guys, and being able to, you know, like touch the world. Like literally right before I came on with you guys, I'm also an educator for Design Essentials, which is like a major hair care company that I've been an educator for them for over 25 years. And so with this pandemic, everything has changed. So normally I travel and I speak and I train other stylists and then other consumers for the product line. But now everything is online. So literally all week I have been doing classes and then switching over. So even in that, like right before I got on with you guys, I was doing a class for design. So I like literally came from one room to the next to get in. But all of that to say, with all of those hats, because my foundation is finishing strong, it always comes through. I'm talking about hair and I'm still inspired. You know, I'm on the talk show, I'm still inspiring people. So it really doesn't matter what space you're in. When you know who you are and you know what you were here to do, it is not work anymore. So that's what energizes me.
Yeah, and you said something so important. When you know who you are.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Everything seems to line up. Everything falls in place. Yeah. And you're right. Because there are so many times I feel like I should be doing more. This little thing that I'm doing, you know, I need to be doing more. Because when you are motivating people and inspiring people, it does. That energy, that when people give you that energy, you are so inspired just to do more, because I know that God has given me so much in me that he's like, okay, you did that, but now let's take it now to another level.
Yeah. So I think that when you hear, because I used to run away from my different titles. Like anytime I would show up for Finishing Strong, I almost didn't want them to know I was a stylist, and I definitely didn't want them to know I was a celebrity stylist, and I definitely didn't want them to know that I worked on production, because it's like people are trying to box you in, you know, because it's been times that literally I was just talking to my publicist, and I was telling her one of my issues is if I go to a dinner party for like a production company or anything that doesn't have to do with hair, and let's just say I'm there for Finishing Strong, and somebody asks me, so what do you do? Well, I'm a hairstylist, and everything goes out of the window after that. Everything they want to talk to me about is hair. And so I used to feel insecure about saying, no, I also do this and that and that and that, because I didn't want to seem like I was like this, you know, acting-minded person that was doing so much stuff. But then, like I said, when I found out, like, oh, wait a minute, this is who I am. And there's no apologies for that. So if you can't handle my grind, close your eyes.
Exactly. I know that's right. I know that's right. Right, because this right here is not for you.
It's not for you.
And I'll be honest, I definitely feel what you were saying on that, because I used to be the same exact way. Like me personally, like I always shied away from really marketing, period. I figured like, okay, I'm here to model, I'm gonna do my job, and somebody asks my card, then I'm gonna give it. And I thought everything had to just revolve around model. And then I started listening and ear hustling other people conversation. I'm like, oh, they like really network. They telling about all of this. And once you got somebody locked in on one thing, then it's like, oh, okay, well, I got you for that. Then you sneak in like, oh yeah, I do that too. Bring all the bags over here. Give me all of that.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely takes a while. You know, to get to those things. I used to shy away from it a lot.
Yeah, when you say help a brother out, helping a brother out is like giving him that confidence, like, man, you got this. You don't have to shy away from nothing.
That's right.
I don't care if it's like, if now you don't have the money that you need, it's still little parts of whatever your big dream is that you can be doing leading up to that. Because there's been so many times that I started projects with zero. And as I started working through it and networking, like you just said, somebody was like, oh, Erica, I can help you. Oh, like, here's a good example. So I'm working on some online courses, right? Because I want to be able to put myself in a position that every time I make money, I don't have to show up to make it. You know what I'm saying? And with all of the information and all the classes and all the lessons and all the coaching that I do, I'm putting them in courses that people can pay for, and it can be 3 o'clock in the morning. Click on a course and, you know, taking the course and learning how to not procrastinate, learning how to get over a heartbreak, learning how to find my relationship with God. Whatever the course is, this is what they can click on and do. And I'm getting paid for it without being there. So I was at the salon. The one thing I was trying to shy away from telling one of my clients about, you know, my next plan, because she wanted to write a book, and I was like, well, I'll help you. You just let me know. You know, I'm always ready to give information and help people. And so I told her what my next plan was. She said, well, Erica, do you know what I do? And I said, no. She was like, I create courses for companies.
Wow.
I was like, wow. So
right
all
there
that
in
to
your
say, because everybody that I contacted about building my courses, it was 10 grand and up. She said, you help me write my book and I'll make your courses.
Wow.
So that's what networking does for you with zero money.
Right. See,
indeed.
and it's amazing because, and that's the thing, you know, we have to be okay by letting people know who we are, what we are, and why we are.
Right.
Because if not, you don't know them doors. So many people are around us, and God brings them to us. We sit there and pray, well, okay, God, bring this person into me, and bring this to me, and bring this to me. They're not going to walk in with signs.
Right.
So, you know, he's bringing them. He's bringing everything that you need. It's dropping in your lap, left and right. Yeah. And all you need to do is be able now. They walk in the door. I've been to your salon and just remember, you know, talking about Stomp the Runway for Autism, or just talking about my plays and stuff. And people were sitting right there. Oh, really? I would like to come to that. I want to buy a ticket right now.
Right.
Because of the fact I opened up my mouth to let somebody know. Because I do the same thing. I shy back because, you know, he wrote a book and he does plays and he puts on shows and he think he all that. But I got to thinking, yeah, I did do that. I sure did.
Yeah.
I should be able to tell everybody, yeah, I sure did, because I don't know where that next opportunity is going to come, where it's going to come from.
Exactly.
So you gotta be able to, you know, you gotta be able to do that.
You know what helped me? This is what helped me, because I'm a lot like you, Derrick. You know, you are humble. And now, like, I always, everything that I do, I'm always with a humble heart, like, so grateful that God really have put me in a path to be an influence and to do the things that I do. And so because you have such a humble heart, you don't think about the collection of things that you've done. So then you don't know who you really are. So literally, I sat down one day and I wrote everything that I've done. Like, everything I could remember, I wrote it down. And when I went back and read over it, I was like, you're a bad girl.
Right.
Like, literally write out everything that you've done. And then write out everything that you can do. Like, all of your attributes. Like, I can market. I can train people. Like, whatever it is, write it out. And if you haven't already done it and you know you can do it, go after it. Like, nothing should hold you back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, you are with us on Helping Brothers Out on the Be Inspired Global channel, helping brothers out with the incredible Erica Strong. And we're just getting started, and she's already throwing out nuggets and everything. Y'all, I'm telling you, that's why she is the motivational speaker that she is. I just want to get right into the book. First, you have two.
I have two.
2 books. Now, the very first book, I read that book, I'm telling you, from front to back, back to front, put it down, picked it up again, my head spun, Put it down. Girl,
Yes.
I tell you, your story is truly amazing. And what I love about you, Erica, is that you can look at you and never believe what you have been through. You do not look like what you have been through.
Thank God.
You have earned that name, Erica Strong, because you have picked up the pieces and made something of what you've been through.
Yeah.
And I really honor that people, if people would understand that we go through it for a reason. So capitalize off of it, and I'm telling you, you have.
And you know what's so funny? It wasn't even a plan. It wasn't like, yes, I've been through this. How can I make money from it? You know, like it was nothing like that. It really, it came from just me, like I just said, writing down like all of your attributes. I literally would write down every day what I'm feeling, how I'm going through, and it wasn't all good. It was like tear-stained pages talking about how hurt I felt, how disgusting I felt, how unloved I was, like every deep and dark thing that people don't ever say out loud, I was saying in my journal. And like it was pouring all this stuff out, and I was cleansing myself, but I didn't know it. I just thought, I gotta get it out of my head, because this is how people have mental breakdowns, because they hold all of this stuff in their head, male and female, more men than women, because they don't want to talk to anybody. And at the time, it wasn't that Erica, I didn't feel like I had it.
I just want you to say that one more time about how men say, say it one more time.
Especially
say it again.
Men. Especially men. Because they don't want to talk to anybody. So if you are that man that don't want to talk to anybody, don't think it's so frilly and foo-foo to pull a journal out. You don't even have to call it a journal. You can just call it your tablet, your pad, your book, whatever. You can call it something magical.
Your man book.
Right.
Yeah. So like just grab that and just start writing it out as if you were sitting in front of somebody that could really help you solve your problems. Because at the end of the day, you are writing it to the person that can solve your problems, because between God and you, that's it. Nobody is gonna come to your rescue. Nobody's gonna solve your world problems for you. Money can't even do it. You really have to sit with yourself to solve the problems. And that's what I did through my self-revelations. And so once I kind of journaled through it, and I think from maybe about a year after I was out of the devastation that made me, jump into my journal and start writing, I was moving and I was picking my journals up, and I started reading through some of them, and the things that I wrote a year before was helping me in that moment right then. And so when I read it, I was like, you know what, this helped me, and I know it can help somebody else. And so I just started writing. I mean, as I started writing it, I didn't even know I was writing the book the way that I was writing, because people love quote unquote drama. That's why we love the Housewives of Atlanta and all that, because they like to know like the drama of my life. But my book isn't like the drama of my life. My book just kind of gives you that snippet of like, I have earned the stripes to be able to tell you how to get out of it. Right. But then here's the lesson. And then it pulls you back into earning those stripes. And then here's the lesson. So it became that push and pull of like, oh, this is good. Oh, wait a minute, I just learned something. Oh, this is good. I just learned something. So that one was Love Strong, Stand Strong, Finish Strong. And it took me a while to come up with this title, because I wanted the title to speak for itself. And I wanted it to chronologize the journey that it took me to Erica Strong. Because I had to learn first how to love strong. First, love myself. Even in the broken space, with no money, starting completely over, feeling like I was homeless, feeling like just all of this stuff that I had to do on my own. Well, not even on my own, with God's help. I had to learn to do it with love. And then that love meant everybody that had a hand in anything that made me feel defeated, I had to forgive them. And that forgiveness comes out of love. And so once you decide that you're going to forgive and you're going to love, then you got to stand. And so standing in that means, even when I think about something that they did, even when I don't have any money and I can't figure it out, and I know it's because of them that I'm in this space, I still have to stand in that love. And so when I did both of the loving and the standing, this is how you finish strong. This is how years later you have multiple books, multiple opportunities on TV shows, doing all of this stuff, because I took what was the fundamental things that God instructed us to do, to love and to forgive and stand on it. And that's how the book came about. So it really had nothing to do with like, oh, I want to be an author. Like, it had nothing to do with that.
Right.
And see, that goes back to something I was actually talking about. What was it? I think, it was last week. How I said, even though I don't talk to people or whatever, but I have my own special way of letting things out, which like a lot of my stuff is during my lives. And for me, during my lives, like I said, I never wait for people to get on or whatever. I just start talking.
Right.
And sometimes I even self-record myself, just talking about my problems and stuff. And then one day it'll end up popping back up, or I end up hearing about it, and then I end up sharing it with somebody else, because it helps bring somebody else through the things that I've actually been going through, as well as it may have been a joke time for me at that point in time, but it comes right back up in that prolific time in my life that I needed to hear those things, and it just so happened to be from myself. So it's even better when you are able to hear things from yourself too. So
I think you should start putting it in a book, and the only reason why I say that is because when you put it in a book, it is a tangible way of getting it out. It's like talking to me, that's great. The conversation is over. But a tangible way of getting it out is kind of serving as a record as well, that you can refer back to years later and see, man, I made it out of that. Like how in the world did I make it out of that? That builds up your confidence as you see that you progress and you grow stronger and you get stronger. When you can go back to it and see how far you come, that's like a tangible evidence of how far you come out.
Yeah.
Right. Can I read a little insert from your book?
Oh, absolutely.
It says, I am an overcomer. What have I overcome? Better question might be, what haven't I overcome? Have you ever been betrayed, lied to, lied on, abused, abandoned, cheated on, belittled, demeaned, ridiculed, talked about, lost everything, divorced, embarrassed, depressed, confused, scared, broken, or judged, just to name a few? Then on top of that, on top of it all, did you find out that your health could have been in jeopardy when you found evidence that your spouse is on the down low? Well, I have, and I'm here to tell you not only how I still have joy in my heart, but how I overcome, and so can you. God showed me that everything, the full understanding of his love, I can overcome anything. 1 Chronicles 13:8 says, love never fails. It is when we do all things in love, we become love, and we never fail.
I love that. Never fail.
Never fail.
Never fail.
That's just powerful, because it's the hardest thing for us to do. Is to forgive. And people, I never understood this, Erica, when people always used to say, the forgiveness is for you.
It's so is.
I never understood that.
It is. Until
I learned to when I forgave someone, I said, I'm not forgiving for you, I'm forgiving for me.
It so is, because I feel like had I not chosen the stance of forgiveness, I would look like what I have been through. It ages you. It's like it puts so much distress on your face, on your skin, on your body. Like it weighs you down. It's almost like I'm drinking the poison, but I'm waiting for you to drop dead, because I'm holding on to all this anguish and pain and frustration because of you. No, let me do it for me. But when I really realized that my forgiveness was real, like I knew it was real because it was a process. Because some days I was in forgiving mode, and some days I wanted to beat you up, and then some days I want to forgive you, some days I want to beat you up. So, and I'm human. And so when I got to the point that I could look back and say, man, I am so grateful. Like literally, I think about, had that not happened, I wouldn't have saw everything that I see today because if I wasn't abandoned, if I wasn't rejected, if I wasn't down to zero and had to build it back on my own, number one, I wouldn't have the compassion for people that's down on their luck. Because then I would be so high on my horse that I don't understand how that feels. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have the compassion when somebody tell me that they're brokenhearted. So for me to be able to go through that and say, I am so grateful, and then look at everything that came behind it. Like literally, it's hard for me to hold a grudge or be mad because I feel like I'm so much better off.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the true essence of forgiveness.
Yeah.
And I can definitely agree with you on that. Like I really honestly I don't really have any enemies or hatefulness in my heart like at all. And a lot of people say, well, they did this to you, I'm okay, but what is that gonna do? My whole theory of everything is it happened in the past. Well, it just happened 5 minutes ago. Okay, you can't go back and change it. Only thing we can do is try to move forward and then know not to make those same mistakes again. But in my life, they say, oh man, you took an L on that one. No, it's not taking an L, it's taking a lesson. Because
that's
everything that you do is always
that's the lesson.
A positive. Yeah, it is.
Right.
So I flip that around. I have so many aneurysms and stuff up here. Like people try to make it negative, and I flip it around and make it positive so quick. And they be like, well, how do you think of that? Because I try to remain positive. You want to keep being negative, you go play on 295.
Exactly.
I can't do it. It's nothing you can do to change the past. You can only create the present and just make sure that it's better than what it was when it happened to you first.
And that's why it's so important to know, like when you know who you are, nobody can't break you down. Because it's like, oh,
that's right.
You tried to hurt me. Oh, I'm sorry for you. I still know who I am.
Backfire.
Right.
Man, you hurt because I'm not hurt because you tried to hurt me.
Hey.
Now you mad.
Now you mad. Oh, you big man.
I learned to walk in places now and say, hello, I'm Derrick Dixon. You're welcome.
Right.
just let them know right now, and you're welcome.
And you're welcome.
You know, you are now in the presence of Derrick Dixon. You're welcome.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, and people are that, oh, you think you're bougie and all this. No, this is like what we're talking about now. You know who you are. You know, and the confidence that you have within. You know, I was that broken down person. I was that person that was so timid that you would say boo to me, and I'll be ready to cry about something.
Yes.
But when I have 3 boys, and I look every morning. I wake up. I'm always still amazed. I am their father. I was chosen to be their father. Yeah. So I'm thinking, wow, if I can do this, I can do anything.
Honey, for real.
I do.
Yeah. It's nothing like a single parent. Man, a single parent is truly a superhero. Seriously.
And by choice.
By choice.
You know, this was by choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Klass.
So does that make it easier for your children, being as though you are a motivational speaker, you're a life coach, you do so many things, you juggle so many hats. Does that make it, do you think that makes it easier on your kids for them to come to you and say, hey, Mom, look, this is what's going on, and be open, or do they kind of shy away and you got to pick it out of and use your mommy mode?
Sometimes it's like, you know, mainly when it comes to business and what they do come to me, but it just depends on what the situation is, you know. Right. Because and they told me this is how they feel, and I get it. They like, because they are open with me about a lot of stuff, and I'm appreciative of our relationship and how close we are. But one day they told me, they were like, Mom, you don't understand. You have a presence that's intimidating. And I'm like, what? I was like, how? They're like, your presence just commands something like it commands more of, what did Jasmine say? It commands a higher level of respect. And that was such a compliment. You know,
he's like, you get them Derrick. You welcome.
Right.
That's gonna be our new slogan. You're welcome.
Right. You're welcome. That's a new book. You're welcome.
Yeah, a new book.
I'm gonna have to play on that one. You're welcome.
Right. I like that.
We done started something now.
We helping her write a whole nother book.
Right. But I'm happy that they listen to me, Derrick. When your kids get to the point when they get older, you know how as a parent you feel like you're always talking, you're always giving know, advice, and they don't feel like they ever are listening. It's not until they get older that even if they don't say it to you, just the way that they are handling themselves, you can see and you can tell that they listen. So I feel like that's the biggest compliment that I get from them, seeing them being entrepreneurs, watching them use their presence as their gift, like understanding who they are so young. Because it took me years to know who I was. You know, I was real grown before I figured it out. And now they are figuring it out a lot sooner than me. So you welcome.
Right.
You welcome. And you know what? It's amazing when you see your children repeat things, what you said, because you look around like, where did they get that from?
Right.
And then it hits you in the back of the head, and you like, oh, that's me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So look, I want to talk about real quick. Also, you and your daughter, since Ms. Klass brought that up, you and your daughters have started a project together.
Yes.
And you have been empowering women, giving them makeovers and things like that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. And of course, Corona put us on hold, but it's a whole production, and it's called Unmasked. And Unmasked is myself as a celebrity hairstylist. My daughter is a celebrity makeup artist, and my other daughter is a celebrity stylist. So we literally we started talking one day about where we have been as a family, like all the things that we have been through. And they were saying like, Mom, I'm so glad we don't look like what we've been through. But it's so many women that look like what they're going through. Mm-hmm. And then we started thinking about that. I was like, we should help them. We should do something where we put all of our talents together and help women to see their beauty so they can take that mask of that pain off, you know, all of the disappointments in life, they can take that off. And so the way that we do it is because I'm a coach and counselor and all of that, while I'm doing their hair, we're doing like a whole therapy session while they're getting their hair done. Then as they get their makeup done, some of me is coming out of Jasmine while she's doing the makeup. Some of me is coming out of Onyx while she's helping them to feel secure about their body shape and their size and all of that. And then we put them all together and do this whole reveal of, you know, their after look, and they are like crying. They like, a lot of them had not ever even had a whole team to work on before, because that's some celebrity stuff, you know. You walk into a building and you got hair, you got makeup, you got wardrobe. The everyday women don't get to feel that. So to be able to feel completely pampered all day, then they get therapy with me after the show, is helping them to be beautiful from the inside out. So I just love that project. It's Unmasked, and hopefully it's going to be picked up. No, I'm not going to say hopefully. It's going to be picked up by a network, because they're going to love it. There we go. That's right.
That's right. Bravo needs a show just like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can have us on there. We need ours done too, though. We need ours done too.
But you know what? When I started doing this, I started doing it under chair therapy it was just me doing therapy with clients. And so Kim, one of my clients, Kim Fields, she told me, she was like, Erica, we need to do a chair therapy even for the barbershop. So once we get Unmasked out, then we're gonna bring the men in. But Unmasked gotta be, you know, Unmasked gotta lead the way.
Right.
And since you're sitting here with the writer, director, and producer, I'll be glad to jump on that team. Just to throw that out there. You're welcome.
Do I hear relocation?
Right.
No, I have fly benefits, so
he got flyer miles. He's like
right.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So I'm sure you guys have heard that our lovely governor has opened back the salons, the barbershops, the tattoo parlors, and the massage places, and the bowling alleys, and the gym.
All the places where.
Now, wait, and he opened them up, and he says that then we still have to be under the strict guidelines of social distancing. How?
Sway?
Right.
How? At the bowling alley. Who was cleaning the bowls back then, Paul?
Right.
I don't know who cleaned the bowls. I don't know how many. Somebody could have came in.
Who cleaned your shoes?
We done.
How?
That's crazy. Yeah, I definitely been checking on a few of my ATL people, and they was like, "Yeah, man, they told me to open up. I ain't going back outside until about July, August." I said, all right. I'm right there with you. All my people that's up there, they said, "No, they ain't going outside." They said, "Nope."
And
for having your own salon. Now, I was gonna ask you, having your own salon, how has that, or how is it affecting you at this time with your clients and things like that? How has that affected your salon?
You know, when he initially did the shutdown, my clients was revolting. They were like, "I'm still want to come," and I'm like, "Whoa, wait, we have to be safe. If you're sheltered in place, why do you need your hair done? Like, let's back up from this." And so what I did is I put in place I did a Google number that did a live video chat, and I sent out a message to all my clients. I sent out a link for them to order the products, and I said we can do a one-on-one video chat helping you to get your hair right at home, but we will not be risking our lives. Like, we're not going to do it. And I mean, I had some pushback from a couple people, but I had to stand my ground because, like, we are the demographics that are losing our lives to this pandemic. Like, African Americans is the highest rate of deaths. So you open back up businesses that African Americans own and frequent. I just found that to be distasteful and not intelligent at all.
In one of the blackest cities.
Huh?
In one of the blackest cities and states, like in Atlanta, like you couldn't go to Omaha and do something like that first. You came straight to Atlanta, like.
No, I saw something
very crazy.
I saw something on social media that said when they open up the country clubs and the golf courses and all that, then I'm coming back outside.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
Start
exactly
there.
how I feel.
Exactly.
Right. So and also in the way that you have a lot of businesses on top of businesses. So therefore, you are putting so many lives in jeopardy. I know people get back to their lives, and I know people, they don't see or feel, what other people are going through. So many lives. I've seen somebody on Facebook just the other day lost. The brother lost his brother, his mother, and his sister within 3 weeks.
Wow.
So, they don't see those stories. They don't hear those stories.
Yeah.
So, and then they could be walking around themselves, not even realizing that they have the virus and they're affecting other people.
Yeah, that's serious. I mean, and it's so many stories that don't get told. And so a lot of people don't really understand the severity of it, but it is serious. And it's the scariest part of it is it's invisible. So you don't know. So
you can't
because I know your name, I don't know that you're not a carrier or not infected,
Exactly.
So to me, that just wasn't the smartest call. But when I stood my ground and I did a video, y'all, and I think I was like, just watched the news and saw the thing, and then I did a video like, "Are you crazy?" And that video got so many views and so much comment, and everybody was talking about it because they were like, "Oh yes." And then even from that, my clients started coming around. They was like, "Erica, we agree. That's crazy." And they just started sending me money. How much of a blessing is that? Like, literally, my Cash App one day was like, ding, ding. When you stand for what's right, God is always
all the time.
Call me. Wow. So they must not be watching.
I lost y'all
right
now.
Yeah, I definitely feel you because it's like even now, and
I can't hear y'all.
That you can't hear me? You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Wait a minute.
I can hear y'all.
I don't know. Hold up. I got it. I'm back.
Okay.
Back.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, so the main thing, like even now, like I said, I always find the positive to go along with everything. So this whole people calling it a pandemic, like I consider this a sit and be still, let me listen and see what he's trying to do for me.
Exactly.
As well as, to be honest, because everybody, all my viewers, they know that I keep it real. This saved me a couple dollars. Because I don't think that I'm going to be the same, because sometimes I like to go to happy hour. Yes, I do.
Right.
And I can go to happy hour, and 1 or 2 drinks may cost me about $15 to $24 to $30.
Exactly.
I'm at home, all hours happy hour, and that's about 15 to 20 bucks a week.
Right. Exactly.
So now when I go out and I'll be like, hey, let me get a bottle of water, and they say $3, I'm like, what? I'm going home. It's too expensive. $3? You want $3 for water?
Right.
Some water.
Right.
So I'm kind of thankful right now for this.
For real. It has
I'm
changed
cool.
my perspective. Okay, y'all, I know y'all don't care about this, but anytime a woman's nails is grown out that much.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what I said?
They hold on strong.
I'm this off and I'm doing my own nails. I'm saying
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I look at it.
I got my kids downstairs like the good olden days with a bucket and a scrub thing. They down there washing clothes. Right. Come on, dog. Keep going.
What?
Yeah,
you went too far.
I'm telling you.
Y'all be okay.
I'm just looking at all the positives. I know it's a lot of women that learn how to cook during this season.
Okay.
I know they learn. They might with Bernice at first, but they might be Sharon or Shernice now. They started out as Bernice, but they didn't improve.
Right.
They watching shows. They doing everything. Right. I've seen people doing the hair, a little bit of makeup. So I'm proud of.
But you know what?
Yeah.
The selfie reel has went down. I don't have to look on my timeline. I don't have to see 8 million selfies. We're getting back to conversation. Now you have to read the posts, because people ain't showing no pictures no more. You gotta read that up.
Exactly.
So I appreciate this time.
Exactly.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you know what? In all seriousness though, I literally have started thinking about everything I was spending my money on.
Yeah.
And for me to have gone all this time, I was like, and this is the question I asked myself. Now, if I was saving the money that I'm saving now, like I'm saving money on going out, eating out with friends, getting my nails done, hanging out, all of that stuff. If I was taking that money into the savings account, I would be so okay during this pandemic that I would not be trying to get back to the salon, because I had enough money saved up.
That's right. That's right. And that's where I think a lot of the lessons are now coming from, because, God is opening up our eyes about so much, about family, health, just everything. Elle was saying, open up your mind, think more before you do things, so this, to me, there's so much positive in it, even though we have, heard so much tragic in people's families. But if you just take it for yourself, and make it a positive for yourself, you'll just be amazed. We got about 5 more minutes. I want you to tell everybody also about your podcast show.
Oh, my podcast is Finishing Strong with Erica Strong. So that is on all channels that you do podcasts. So if you're on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, all of those anywhere that you can pick up a podcast, you can go to Finishing Strong with Erica Strong. And I talk about literally everything on that channel. So I am going to do a grateful podcast on COVID-19, because we got to find ways to see that positive out of it. So that's definitely going to be my next one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Tell everybody how they can find you.
Well, ericastrong.com is my hub. So like you go to ericastrong.com, it's super easy. There's a link tree there that's going to take you to everything that I do, from my podcast to my salons, like everything that I do. You can go straight there and you can find it all there. But thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
Oh,
wow. You. Yeah. Now let me tell you something. Erica, she don't tell everything, but I'm going to tell it.
She don't. Erica. She don't. I noticed that. I'm like, she keeps showing. I'm like, come on now. Come on. She trying to be bad. We just said talk about it. And now you trying to hide some of this stuff. You better talk about it.
She has worked on the set of Tyler Perry. She works close and alongside best buddies, Kim Fields. Erica has done some things. She's been on Atlanta Housewives. Erica is out there. She, not just celebrity stylist. I told her now she's a celebrity there in Atlanta.
Right. Celebrity Erica Strong. If we can have Phineas the Great, we can have celebrity Erica Strong.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
Shout out
that's my girl right there. And you're welcome.
Right. You're welcome.
Y'all are crazy.
And I'm not even going to lie to you. If I walk into a bookstore and I see the cover says, "You welcome," I'm going to pick it up. And say, no. How much is this? $7.99. All right, I'm going to buy this too. They come with them. I would buy it just because
I'm going to write the book.
I'm going to
write the book, You Welcome, and you got to forward it.
Hey.
Yes.
Trust me. There's a whole production right here. There's a whole
production.
That's right. That's right. See, I'm telling y'all, we done started something now. I want all my listeners, every time you walk in the room, hello, my name is such and such. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And it looks good on t-shirts. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got a patent, right? Think about this. Look at this. Think about this. You're in the gym and you're a personal trainer. You have on a shirt says, "You're welcome," and then they can put their hashtag. We're at the beach. The women are in bathing suits. "You're welcome" is on the back. Guys, boxer brief.
Don't tell no more.
Don't
tell no more.
You letting out the secret.
Yeah, you letting it out. Don't tell no more. We got this. Don't tell no more.
Derrick,
you're welcome.
Start working on that. We got to patent it now.
Yeah. Don't say nothing else. We got this. We got this.
Oh my
God. I'm telling you. That's our new slogan right there.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
When we first started out, you have joined Helping Brothers Out. You're welcome.
Oh my
well, ladies and gentlemen, listen. You have been watching Helping Brothers Out with the incredible, with just titles from A to Z. Miss Erica Strong. We want to thank you so much. Our time has ran out an hour already, and it don't even seem like we've been talking for an hour. But I just want to say I am so proud of you. I'm so proud to know you. I am just so proud of just you. You know, you don't even understand how you inspire people.
Oh, yeah.
Of what you do, what you say, how you act, everything about you is just such an inspiration. And we just want to say, you're welcome.
Wow. Love y'all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching Helping Brothers Out. Once again, please go to Be Inspired Global. Click it, like it, love it, share it. And if you missed it, you can go back and see the repeat of the show on Be Inspired Global or Helping Brothers Out. I am Derrick Durrell Dixon, always doing it in a 3D way.
And now I'm Elwood, Mr. Klass Ingram.
Now let me see if he gets this right as we end. And I done forgot what I was supposed to start with. So, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye. We are Helping Brothers Out.